Lady Gaga. Love saying that. It's Lady Gaga, of course. Stupid Love on BBC Radio Wiltshire, 8:20. And we arrive at our Lessons of Lockdown guest for this evening. He's a musician, a singer and a songwriter. He's Will Lawton from Chippenham. But it's not his music we're talking about this evening, just for a change. It's his new venture helping others through music. It's called The Rhythm Practice. And Will's going to tell us all about it in tonight's...
Lessons of Lockdown.
So, a very good evening to you, Will. Describe your rhythm practice to me then. What is this thing you have created?
Not creating, but it's on its way. It's going to be a music therapy practice stroke centre based at the Pound Arts Centre in Corsham. Yes, it's a lesson. It's apt for a lesson of lockdown, but the journey's actually been a lot bigger for me to get to this point of being able to open something like this. It was about five years ago when I started training as a music therapist. Mm-hmm. It's a three-year training that I did at UWE in Bristol. So it's quite an intense training. It's actually a master's degree, so it's quite intense, quite long. Sort of initiation into this profession, but the timing has worked actually really well with lockdown because it's given me space to think about what do I actually want to do with my music therapy side of my career, which sort of complements my personal journey through music as an artist and as a singer-songwriter. Lots of those skills are used in my music therapy work.
So tell us a little bit about how music therapy actually helps. What is it? How does it work?
So music therapy is a therapy that I use to help people. Particularly, I work particularly with people of all ages that have struggles with mental health, emotional. Challenges in behaviour, emotion, physical well-being, communicating. I work with some children and young adults that have learning difficulties and struggle to communicate, and I work a lot with people that are just struggling or have been through trauma and have for some reason turned to music therapy to get support. It's different to a traditional form of therapy because it all revolves around music, and the connection between me and the person that I'm seeing or the group that I'm seeing is all takes place within music. So we may play together, we may create music together, we might write songs together, we may simply listen to music. The client doesn't have to have a musical skill or be able to play an instrument. There's lots of ways. We've all got such a deep relationship with music, all of us, and we all connect in our own unique way with music, whether that's by playing it or listening to it. It's a very deep part of all of us, or 99% of us anyway.
And does it always work, Will? Does playing, listening to music or discovering instruments, does it always help?
It never harms, but of course, like anything, it's nothing. There's no miracle cure. It doesn't necessarily always help. That would be wrong to say that really. But it has. I've been working now for a couple of years in this field, and it can have a huge positive impact on people's lives. A way of creating connection, and so much. Of our struggles and troubles and issues are very often linked to the human connection with other people, and music is just a way into people. It's a way into their soul, really, without being so direct, without having to just sit and talk with someone. The experience of playing or writing with a music therapist can just open. The music just helps open that person up to then allow other issues to be addressed if they need to.
We certainly embrace music, don't we? We were talking a little bit earlier about the Scottish postman whose sea shanties that he's been posting on TikTok have gone viral because the next generation absolutely love them. I mean, there is, as you say, a very deep connection between people and rhythm and music.
Yeah, there is. It's so deep, and I my journey into it right at the start was I had a very powerful moment when my grandmother was dying. She was on the last day of her life, and this is what got me into it. Brought music therapy onto my radar. I was sat by her bedside about 5 or 6 years ago, and she was in a coma, or virtually a coma. She'd stopped speaking, and I played her favourite song, a Bette Midler song called Mr. Wonderful, into her ear through my phone. I was sat on her bedside with my sister, and she sat up in bed and sang along to this song.
Oh, wonderful.
For like 2 or 3 minutes. It was a very powerful moment, and that moment was very powerful because it made me realise that music goes a lot deep. It's not just the entertainment aspect that we see, or as I perform to live audiences and what have you. It goes very, very deep, and it has the ability to bypass illness and connect so deep with people. For her to have actually sang at that stage, she died the day after. It was like my last communication with her, and it was like a very. It was a very. Oh no, this is okay. It was a while ago. It was a gift from her, really, to me, to basically show me what a deep thing music is and how powerful it can be. And that's what set me on to this quest of finding a different angle to my career in music.
And that is what we're going to talk about in our next chat in about 10 minutes' time, Will. So stay right there. Let us mull over that powerful story you told us about your late grandmother and how she sang along to Bette Midler. Just fantastic. Mr. Wonderful. She had great taste, your grandmother Will. We'll have more from Will Lawton in about 10 minutes' time, including his lessons of lockdown and finding out more about that music therapy centre he is creating in Corsham.
Breakfast. Every Monday we check out just how good you
Oh, the Dandy Warhols, just brilliant. Bohemian Like You on BBC Radio Wiltshire at coming up to 20 to 9 on your Monday evening. Now, we've been hearing this hour about the change Chippenham singer-songwriter Will Lawton is making to his life during this pandemic. And lockdown after lockdown has not stopped him from pursuing his dream of setting up a new music therapy centre. It's called the Rhythm Practice, and it's going to be in the Corsham Pound Arts Centre. But Will, he still needs a bit of help to bring this dream, which he's cherished for 5 or 6 years now, he still needs some help to fully kit it out, which he'll explain now in our...
Lessons of Lockdown.
So, Will, we've established, why you're on this journey to use music therapy to help all sorts of people who've perhaps lost their way or struggling in life for whatever reason. But you're not quite there yet with it. So tell us, how much more do you need to do? How much more money do you need to raise?
I'm pretty close. I'm £400 short at the moment. I basically, at the Pound Arts Centre, there's a room that's been used as a storeroom for a long time, and they've agreed that I can hire this room from them. But in order for it to be suitable for music therapy, and particularly to work with young people, I want to use technology and be able to record and songwrite with people, to be able to play a variety of acoustic instruments and good quality instruments as well. There's no point in just using second-hand, passed over free things. I want nice quality music and instruments in there, so that it's fair to people.
Yes.
And the total that I worked out in order to equip a basic studio and a variety of acoustic instruments was £8,500. That was half of that has been offered by Wiltshire Council through the Corsham Area Board. So they've agreed at the end of last year they're willing to stump up half of that So then I have to find the other half
Right.
to match fund it. I've done most of that, and as I was getting towards the end, I thought I'm going to try a Just Giving page to try and get the last 2,500 from individual donations.
Brilliant.
And 50, how many is it now? I'm looking now. 56 people have pledged so far, a total of £2,100. But I need to get to £2,500, so it's only £400 short.
It's the last big push, and you're there. Brilliant.
It's the last big push, and I'm there. And what that will allow me to do is to now, obviously, the Pound Art Centre is shut. It will allow me to get my money in, get my grants in from the council, order and equip this space, and get it ready, basically, so that when lockdown opens, Corsham School, the secondary school in the town, has already booked a day a week for a 3-month run to help start this.
How brilliant is that? You've got your first client, your first regular clients.
First clients, yeah. So that's great, and they'll identify that there are some pupils that really need support through working with them, and so they're ready. So basically, when this lockdown, this deep lockdown ends, and things start to open up, and I can start to see one person at a time in the way that working within like the restrictions we've got. But as soon as it's possible, I'd like to be in a position to be able to open this, and then very slowly through the course of this year, where it will slowly expand, and I will be able to then have a space that I can invite other music therapists to come and work from. So it won't just be me. There can be a very small select team of us that will be able to offer music therapy from this space that's being created right now.
You're so close, Will, so close. So £400 left. It's Just Giving page. How do people find you on Just Giving?
Yeah, so if you go to Just Giving and you type in music therapy Corsham, it does come up. Just Giving is a huge website, and there's a lot of things being raised on it. But if you type in music therapy Corsham, you have to scroll down a little bit. There's a crowdfunding section, but it does appear on their homepage, so you just have to have a little look. But
brilliant.
Yeah, music therapy Corsham on Just Giving, and you will find the link. If you got stuck, then you can always message me, and I'll send you an email to where to do it. If someone wants to get hold of me, they can through Facebook or my website, or the rhythmpractice.org is the page, which is only a holding page at the moment because we're not open. But there's an email to me, so if someone really can't find it, then I'm sure you'll find a way of getting a message to me, and I'll send you a link.
It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. So, Will, before I let you crack on with your evening and enjoy the rest of your son's 15th birthday, let us know the main lesson of lockdown that you think you've learnt in this final push to opening your own music therapy rhythm practice.
That there's a lot of love and support out there. People, I've had anonymous donations, people I don't know that have donated to this thing. Connection is all about this human connection and staying connected and not shutting off and getting isolated, because everyone's in the same boat, and keep our connections alive as on a human level is the way.
Yeah, that's a lovely sentiment, and you've certainly benefited from the kindness and generosity of many, and just £400 to go before Will Lawton, musician, singer-songwriter from Chippenham, can open up his new therapy centre in the Corsham Pound Arts Centre. If you want to help, look him up on Just Giving, just search for Music Therapy Corsham. Or you can find out more on the rhythmpage.org. Just wonderful.
BBC Radio Wiltshire.
I feel like all the rules have gone a little bit out the window today. Robbie has just texted to say, can you play the